Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Mars coming to you over the interwaves with another Starcraft 2 cast. This one sent in by the community to Reddit's Castot. If you'd like to have your games cast by a member of the community, take your replay, upload it to GG Tracker, drop.sc2 or any of the other ones, submit that link to Reddit's cast it, and a member of the community will get down to casting it for you. If you would like to have me personally cast your games, you can also send it to marshgaming@gmail.com. That's marshgaming, name of this channel, MAARSCH, gaming, one word, so marshgaming, not marsh.gaming. And yeah, I may actually check that email and possibly get down to it. Alright, let's get into this game. This is a game between two Gold League players. We have, for the clan of 425, we have Mr. Bllzard. Or Bllzard. Over on this side, for no clan tag, we have Mr. Baker. And we have React. What? React. React? Okay. What? I'm sorry. I realize I said this is a Gold League game. And I play in this sort of surrounding. What the fuck is going on? Who does that? Are you trying to wall off your main? Is that what you're trying to do? And both of them? And what's the React thing going for? Good luck, GG React. Right. Okay, cool. Let's cast it. We have a red player, Bllzard, who didn't scout his opponent. And we have BakerSC, who did scout his opponent, although not quite this bit. So he has quite a bit more data and chose to go with this build for possibly different reasons than his opponent. Getting a quick Roach Worm. He's taken some gas where his opponent is only now getting into that. So he can actually build roaches. We've got the Zerglings on the way. And I think this guy sees this. Yes! And is he ha-haing because he is actually doing that himself as well? As Baker does take a natural base. He's got his Spinecrawler right there, which he can possibly move down to protect against these 6 Zerglings. Yeah, it does appear like he's going to try and wall off. Maybe put a evolution chamber there or something. But he's not building any roaches yet, and his opponent is content to not attack, waiting for the last 2 Zerglings. And now he can move in and try and cancel his opponent. Reacts very quickly, and now sees that his opponent, similar to himself, also placed a hatchery there, and also has a Spinecrawler. So, yeah. Nice strat, as you just say. Baker getting out some roaches will be very helpful here. Early game, you can't take out a lot of roaches, so it is easy to surround with roaches if they do have speed. But in this case, if he walls this off, then, you know, Zerglings can't surround. So, you know, that's just not going to happen. It would be nice if he actually did wall it off. Okay, that is a wall off, but I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay, sure. Why not? Are you going to get a layer and then some mutalisks, or are you building up roaches and trying to go across with that? Yeah, his opponent is sitting on speed Zerglings. Speedlings, also sometimes referred to. And is going to try for a drop, which is not anywhere in the vision of BakerSC2. SC, BakerSC, maybe an all-time player. Maybe SC stands for something else. He's a big time Soul Calibur fan. Very possible. And at the same time, Bllzard moves up in, trying pokes, does surround sort of both queens, gets a decent surface area on them. So he does get the queens, but he's not going to get anything else. The roaches will absolutely murder whatever is left here. But the backstab with the zerglings may cause the roaches to go back. No, he does in fact not. Choosing to keep going with that, instead pulls the zerglings away. And he's not got anything in production at home that's going to spawn and kill these things. Right, so losing quite a few workers there. 15 workers having gone down. Still 11, 10, 9 there. So yeah, now he just has to kill his opponent with his roaches, and he should have enough roaches to do that, really, if he just moves up there. If he ignores this natural and just puts all his firepower onto the zerglings, which get enough surface area, not quite enough surface area just to hit 2 roaches at the same time. So he does lose a few more roaches than he possibly should have, but he's able to bully his way up there just fine, and finds himself in the main of his opponent, faced with nothing but a few drones, 2 queens now, a bunch of zerglings, and certainly is this going to be enough to kill BakerSC. He's doing quite a good job at, you know, equalizing the work count, but at the end of this, if he has anything left standing, he's just going to win. 10 zerglings in production, so if he can keep dancing, and BakerSC forgets about his burrow charge, which quickly heals his roaches. No, he's going to go in here, kill the last couple of zerglings, and fall down. So now workers killed 13 versus 16, workers left 11 versus 8. And is there anything left here? Well, that queen is hopefully going to take out this overlord, which is not going to supply block anyone. And yeah, oh no, there's still zerglings left here. Oh, trying to get these. What are you doing? Oh, I'm trying to. Oh, if you focus this down, you're going to kill this before. Oh, that is so important. He auto-attacked that, and so these zerglings do take higher priority than the overlord, and the queen changed targets from certainly killing this thing in a couple of pokes to not getting anything useful done whatsoever. 3 roaches coming out versus 3 drones for his opponent. And he's about to lose this extractor, which isn't really the most devastating thing here. And there go the zerglings. Okay, once again trying to take out this overlord. Should be able to get that, and with 2 roaches he does appear to be intact. And now we are back at 8 minutes. We have 1 base Zerg versus 1 base Zerg. Very interesting. Bllzard got his worker count up quite nicely, whereas Baker was busy with those zerglings in his main. And neither of them expands. Bllzard, having retaken his economy, building once again lots of zerglings, and what a time, just as Baker retakes his natural, so those zerglings can just move in and absolutely melt that if they so choose. And no, Baker does see that. Bllzard expanding at the same time. Right, so this is certainly a more unusual map, or a way of playing this map. Quite a bit oversaturated here, choosing to go for long distance mining while that natural does build, and he does take possession of these 2 towers, so he should see if a giant army of roaches comes on down and tries to kill him. And going to scout for... no, just a 3rd. Not going to check whether that natural has been retaken. Probably assumes as much. Doesn't actually know. Nope. Oh, there he goes. He's not going to see anything because he does get killed by that roach. We've got 20 army supply worth of roaches and 26 of zerglings. If you engage that in the middle of the map, you have a better time as somebody with zerglings. So the fact that he's staying here rather than setting this up over here could be a bit better. At the same time, trying to buy time for the spine crawlers, that's not going to be enough. Sending in a few zerglings there piecemeal in offering to Baker, as he does get that spine crawler, and there is the surround, which is exactly what you don't want as the roach player, and it shows that the zerglings are just perfectly enough to take that out. But instead of dying, they burrow. Is going to lose one overlord, but with the zerglings out of the way, he can unburrow these and take out these queens if he so chooses. So now we're going to have some action on two fronts. We have this giant pack of zerglings versus one spinecrawler and two roaches. He's going to look like he almost certainly... Oh, no, and there spawn another bunch of roaches. And... Oh, fully expecting these zerglings to come back. Maybe hoping to ambush, maybe just trying to hide. Not entirely sure. As Bllzard does get his zerglings away. Now, neither of these have built a lair in all this confusion. No, that's entirely not true, because those roaches do in fact have speed. But sees that a third has not been taken. And Bllzard going in, seeing that there's quite enough roaches there to give him a headache, so he decides not to engage as Baker moves some of his drones down to get a little bit better of an economy. And layer starting. What is he? Then this one. Okay, sure. Why not? Maybe that one, maybe not. And what is he going to do with it? Well, he's taken a lot of gases. He's not put any drones in there, but he's taken a lot of gases, so he might be thinking about a spire. Might be thinking about a spire. And just flying, killing his opponent. That's certainly something you could do. Staying on the zerglings, they don't take as much gas, or any gas at all, in comparison with the roaches. So you tend to keep a few more, or you can tend to be able to combine that better with the very gas intensive Mutalisk. Nice eyes. What? Anyway, getting ready to get some drop overlords again. There's the Hydralisk then. Okay. That also requires lots of gas, so I can see that. Neither of them having taken a third. And that is a dog. Very loud dog.
Hello. Are you on there?
But yeah, we have both parties sort of, I don't know, moving about, nobody really attacking. Baker coming in to check that there is in fact not a third. Checking to see whether this third was taken. No, this third isn't taken either. Bllzard realizes he's got some overlords there, which is not optimal apparently. And yeah, ground Zerg Carapace level 2 being taken for Bllzard, while Baker is going for the 1-1. Moves in an overlord, which is fast but not carrying anything, so it can't do anything horrible. Although, to make sure, Baker does follow these around. And once again checks the third. There's no third taken. You do not want to engage that. These Zerglings do out-upgrade you quite a bit. Not just by one upgrade so far. And nobody's taking a third. Hydralisk now on this side as well. This overlord is going to go down, but neither is making a Lurkerden, for instance, or taking a third. And as you can see, this is empty. This is very oversaturated. This one's not fully saturated, but this one is also oversaturated, not quite by as much as his opponent does. So while Bllzard does have more workers, it doesn't matter that much. And we have Baker moving out, trying to catch his opponent's Zerglings. That's certainly not going to happen. And so we have Zergling, Roach, and Hydralisk versus opponent just Zerglings, Hydralisk, and Spinecrawlers. Well, if he manages to cut this off, but no, he stays back on the low ground. As there are some Zerglings being moved aside, and we've got Bailings. Interesting. Well, that's probably not something his opponent is expecting, so that is a nice move, as he does check whether a third has finally been taken. And now we can engage these Zerglings just fine, because if you accidentally move into those Banelings, you will actually melt. And the same for Hydralisk. So he's sitting there on the high ground. Oh, that was a lovely hit. There's enough left of the Zerglings to surround this army, but Roaches and the Hydralisk do not melt so quickly. There goes a Queen. No, the Queen does not go down, and there's enough Zerglings there to actually scare off BakerSC2, who does have Roach speed but does not have Hydralisk speed, meaning that if he does continue retreating in this way, he's going to lose quite a few Hydralisks, as they are the slowest one and the first going to get hit by the Zerglings. No, burrowing underneath an Overseer is not the best way to stay alive. And we've got 2-2 on the way, almost done for BakerSC2 with enough Roaches to reinforce. No Ravagers having been built, by the way. That's curious. Those are quite good units. And now it is Bllzard's time to aimlessly stand in front of the ramp of his opponent. Getting his first upgrade of a range attack now. He does already have the two Carapace upgrades. And there's a third. And there's another third, as both take their third simultaneously. Although Bllzard's third is a bit easier to defend. And no creep spread to connect them yet. I'm clearing out this thing. And as I say, complain about the Ravagers. Ravagers do magically appear. So now we have a bunch of them. Taking out fast flying Overlords, on the other hand, is not as easy. Oh, and there's an aggressive move by Bllzard. Just try to move in, but there is static defenses right there, and Baker reacts quick enough to prevent this. Let's see what we're talking about in units lost. Wow, 230 Zerglings. That is enough. Moves up a little bit, sees that there is enough there to shoo him away. And saturating that third. And Bllzard moves in over this flank, and if he does see that, which he hasn't seen so far. Oh, he did see that. When did he see that? He can just move in here and maybe kill it before this army distracts him with a few throwaway Zerglings there, as he does move in here, and he should be able to melt this entire middle line. Yep. You are buried, but yeah, he's got an Overseer. Ooh, I think that corrosive bowed a few of his own workers. He may want to invest in some static defenses there. In the meantime, Bllzard has his third saturated and isn't in such a weird position to defend. No infestation pit coming up for either player, so there's no chance of that third upgrade. Just one spine crawler is not going to be quite enough against how many Zerglings do we have? 78. But certainly build it, as we are building a fourth. Wow. After staying on 2 bases for that long, that is quite the investment. That is an interesting spread in corrosive bile. But yeah, is he just trying to bake you away from that third again? Well, it's certainly possible. Ah, see, that does wonders against marauding Zerglings. Just build a baneling. Are you going to build a base here? What have you got against this base? Checks to go see where his opponent's army is once again, and leaves him there to try and lure them away. In fact, yep, no, your opponent is right there. Yes, you're going to kill a few workers, but you're going to lose all of these Zerglings. 28 workers he did kill, so yeah, every little bit, but Baker is ahead in workers. He's ahead in upgrades, although Bllzard is working to counter that. Oh, getting the muscular augments versus Baker getting the lurker den. So we can see if we can get some lurkers here. Did he get the muscular augments? No, he did not. And there goes a giant group of marauding Zerglings, taking large casualties as his opponent is in position to ward that off. And he can't know about that base. No. And oh, 3 banelings is enough. Oh, you don't want to move in there like that. Those were some cost-effective banelings. Wow. The only thing that Bllzard does kill is maybe a Zergling or 2 and an extractor. That is not worthwhile. So we see that Baker is kind of moving around with just everything under one hotkey, whereas Bllzard is trying to multitask. Sends in one army group, sends in another army group, and just checks a little bit. So 56 workers for Baker, 34 for his opponent, who hasn't saturated. He's just moving some drones around. And we have a hive coming in, just having finished for Baker. So we'll see if that 3-3 upgrade is going to get started, and maybe that, you know, adrenal glands. Army supply still. Oh, there was already adrenal glands. That is a great upgrade. If you're ever interested, increase the attack speed of Zerglings by 40%. Wait, just Zerglings? Didn't Ultralisk used to benefit from this? Huh. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, we have this base with no static D, this base with a little bit of a static D, and we have a group of marauding Zerglings who are going to take out this small group of 4 Zerglings. As we go for another drop. Is that just the one? No, you've got 2 overlords. Why don't you move this one in as well? And does Baker see it? Yes, I think he does. He's moving his army back. He moves in the first couple of the Zerglings. We're going to load up with the second bunch, and no, there is BakerSC with just 1 SC, thank you, with the army to ward this off. And that attack is... oh, well, he gets 1 or 2 banelings with that one Zergling at least. Wait, did you just... okay. Oh, and we have an army moving in up here, consisting entirely of Hydralisks, and these are Hydralisks with speed, so they will take out, move faster than his opponent's Hydralisks, but not faster than his opponent's Zerglings or his Roaches, and he does lose quite a few of the Hydralisks, as Burrow once again came in quite handily for BakerSC. Moving in once again. No, you still don't have the army to take care of this, as Bllzard is pushed back once more. Moves in with a couple of Zerglings here, but that is not enough to take out that Spikecrawler. And as he moves by this army, which is vastly bigger than his, they will get taken out. Bllzard can burrow his lurkers there if so chooses. Oh, that is a lovely bit of corrosive bile. And with no detector, he doesn't really have anything against these lurkers, and he takes out that fourth base. Instead of going for the counterattack, the counterattack is going to try and kill the things that shoot back before going into the main base, which is not maybe the optimal way to do it. Zerglings spawn, but not enough to take it out, and just one queen is left until just now when his army did come back, and there is quite enough army there to take out this counterattack for Bllzard, which is the last of its army. And now here we are, 98 army supply versus 9, and a bunch of lurkers in his opponent's natural. GG and well played.